All right, I was working out here yesterday and I came inside to get Meadow some water. And I don't know what I did, but when I turned around, I tweaked my back really bad. And so I'm kind of laying low today, probably lay low this week and just take it easy. I can't really lift much stuff right now. I was going to go trek camping, which I wanted to get out in this rain and kind of have a fun time with Meadow out in the rain with just some good thunderstorms, stuff like that. She doesn't really get spooked by the lightning. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun to go and do that, but looks like this week we're just going to be chilling here. The heat wave has been, it's been just kind of normal here. I know other areas of the country are getting hit pretty good, but here it's just been like the normal temperatures of around, mid 90s, sometimes approaching almost 100 if we don't have a monsoon during the day. But the monsoons are so nice because it cools things down in the afternoon. Like today, we're supposed to get rain after 2 p.m. And so therefore, the morning time here, it'll get a little warm. So I think today it's supposed to get up to like 94. And then once the monsoons hit, it's real nice. It gets down in like the low 70s, high 60s, and stays like that for the rest of the day, which is really nice. But if you don't have air conditioning and you're out here and you want to stay cool, there's a couple things you can do that really help out. And when I first got out here, I just had the camper and didn't even have an awning over the front, just had it just sitting out here, and we would get blasted by the sun in the summertime. That's why Sierra and I would always leave every summer. We'd go up to the high elevations in Colorado and just kind of park it there for the entire summer and come back in September. But then I got a little bit of an awning. I got that cloth awning for the front, which really started to help out. And I realized, I'm like, if I could build a camper cover over this camper, then that's really going to help out and just keep the sun off it all day long. So the way that you want to operate out of a camper out here is that, during the evening time, it gets nice and cool. And so you've got your windows open. But then when the morning comes about and it starts to warm up, you want to go ahead and shut your windows and try to keep it as cool as you can inside your camper. And not having sun on it is ideal. So if we look here at the camper cover, you can see it's about 8:30 in the morning and we've got it to where no sun is hitting the camper at all. A little bit will hit the front there, but it's not enough to make it really hot. And so what this does is this preserves the camper staying nice and cool all day long. And the sun in the summertime tracks right overhead. And so even though this camper covers, just right to the edges of both sides, it does cover it pretty good and makes it to where I don't get the sun on there. Because what will happen is your camper, if it bakes in the sun all day, will just get super hot. And then it's so hard to stay in front of keeping it cool. Now here on the back, you can see what I did was I put up a shade tarp. I'll put a link for this in the video description below. These are really effective. They eliminate about 90% of the UV rays that you would experience. And it's a mesh material, so the wind can blow through it, so it doesn't snap in the wind like when you get big winds like tarps do. And I really like that one. It's got little bungee cord clips that go all the way around, and that's really helpful for keeping the sun off of when the afternoon sun gets in this, starts to set lower in the sky. So that's the most important thing that I would say do is get your camper cover going. And then we've got 3 other tips, which I'll show you on the interior here, which I'd recommend, to help make your life more comfortable out here when you're off grid. But if you're in full sun, especially starting first thing in the morning time, it's just a sufferfest all day long to try and stay in front of that heat and stay cool. One of the easiest ways to keep yourself cool is to go ahead and fill up these water bottles. And then what I do is I have about 3 that I have in rotation, and I throw them into my fridge because, if you're living off grid, you probably have like a 12-volt fridge, and I've got this dual zone Dometic. So I just throw it over into the freezer section. I've got one section for frozen goods and one for just refrigerated items. And then also, I've got an ice maker in there. My friend Danya gave this to me, and this is called Icebreaker. And then you just fill it up with some water, and then it freezes in there, and you're good to go. This is kind of like a slush of ice and water right here. But I'll put it into this insulated thermos, and this is, I can't remember what is this. It's called a hydro flask. That's what I was trying to remember the name of it. It's called a hydro flask. But this is great because it keeps the water ice cold throughout the remainder of the day. And this cold water is both for myself and then also for Meadow, because I want to make sure that she's staying nice and cool in these hot temps. A really effective way to get some good wind flow through your camper is to use one of these RV roof vents. And so if you see here, it just screws open and the little rain cover exposes the vent there, and then you can turn it on. There's a forward and a backwards, so you can either suck the air out, which is really great for getting hot air out, or you can flip that little switch there, and then it can blow it in, so you can have it go both ways. This is Dometic. It's 12 volt, real easy to wire up, And if you look on Amazon, I mean, these things are super affordable. You just go in there, type in RV roof vent, and it'll come up with all these different ones. They're anywhere from like $100 all the way up to, I've seen them as high as like $600 for like really fancy ones. The one that I have, I think it was like $150. Works great and really, really effective. Great for cooking too. You can pull out all the hot air while you're cooking. And the last and most obvious way of keeping cool is our fans. I use 3 different types of fans. I've got a USB one, I've got a rechargeable one, and then I've got this one that's Vornado. That one moves around a ton of air, and that's alternating current. But the only thing about the one with alternating current, the Vornado, is that it uses about 60 watts on the highest setting. So I have those other 2 fans just for like spot cooling for both me and Meadow. All right, everybody, that's it for today. It's kind of a short video, but I just wanted to go over a few tips that I used when I first got out here and I didn't have air conditioning, to be out here in northern Arizona, because it can get hot, especially if the monsoon season's not that active, and get pretty warm. Next video, we're going to talk about my air conditioning and how I'm able to run that 100% off solar. I did add an additional panel to my solar field out here, so I've got 1,200 watts of panels out now, and the air conditioner only uses 600 watts, and so I'm able to stay in front of it even when I'm powering up my computer, running my fridge, running Starlink, all that stuff. I'm still in front of it. So if I can go in the evening time with about 50% of my battery, then I can run the air conditioner all night long, no problem, and wake up and still have enough power to do stuff around here until solar starts kicking in, which is usually about 8 o'clock, 8:30. So but anyway, so next video, air conditioning. If you got any questions on this one, hit me up in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.